Assalamualaikum and very good morning. I bid to our beloved madam. How are you, madam? I hope you are doing well. My name is Muhammad Syukur bin Abdul Muti. Today we will presenting about the Italian financial crisis. First of all, I will presenting about the background of this issue. Italy has been among the countries hardest hit by the 2008 and 2009 Great Recession and the ensuing European debt crisis. Nevertheless, Italian citizens hold the largest chunk of Italian public debt, and relatively high rates of private savings and low level of private indebtedness are seen as making in the safest of Europe's struggling economies. The National Unity Government, headed by the renowned economist Mario Monti, introduced a program of major austerity measures as a short therapy to escape the debt crisis and kick-start growth, which brought down the deficit but precipitated the country in the double deep recession in 2012 and 2013, attracting widespread criticism from many economists. In the final 3 months of 2018, Italy's economy plunged into recession in a blow to the country ruling Conservation Center Alliance, which vowed to improve the country's persistently low growth rate. But European leaders hubris has taken Italy into the Eurozone stranglehold, where the euro is too big for the Italian economy, and real interest and the inflation adjusted interest rate is far too high for an ungrowing economy. This issue we can relate with chapter 2, which is international flow of funds. Here we can see how international trade flow are influenced by economics and other factors such as politics and disease. There are 3 factors that I can highlight that cause this issue happen. First is its politics. The development was attributed to President Sergio Mattarella's refusal to accept a Eurosceptic candidate Paolo Savona as economic minister, as M5S and Lega Nord refused to offer a different choice for finance minister. The coalition went for a toss. Instead, President Mattarella appointed former International Monetary Fund official Carlo Cortarelli as interim prime minister and paved the way for another round of elections. Unfortunately, this decision by the president did not go well with M5S and Lega Nord. Mattarella, who was instituted by the early pro-EU government, now faces calls for impeachment which come from M5S top brass owing to the president's refusal to accept Savona as economy minister, appointing Cottarelli as interim prime minister and mandating fresh election. The second factor is its economy has poor fundamental. It ranks about 2.3 euro among the countries with the most substantial debt and has been facing double-digit unemployment rate since 2012. The gross domestic product is less than in 2005. However, the bigger challenge faced by Italy is about the snap election. meant to take place in early 2019. Experts opine that it will be fought over the country's role in the EU and Eurozone. The election has seen as a quasi-referendum about Italy's roles in the EU. The EU survived a crisis in 2012 where several smaller EU members were perceived to be potential defaulters, and fears were looming large that the euro would collapse. Going forward, it will be volatile situation in Italy and the eurozone until the election sorts things out. A clear mandate to pro-EU groups is expected to soothe the situation, but a victory for anti-EU parties may deepen the crisis while Hung result massive fresh attempts at coalition. The last one is the coronavirus disease, which is COVID-19. The day of reckoning has now come for Italy. Italian economic crisis worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic and the related lockdown. As the Italian Statistical Institute showed, 34% of Italian production has been negatively affected. Therefore, considering the general lockdown envisaged, the falls in job currently affects 385,000 workers, 46,000 of whom are irregular, to the tune of 9 billion euros of wages. The employees affected by definite closures will be 900,000, approximately 103,000 of whom are irregular, for a total amount of 20.8 billion euros of lost wages. Besides that, the decision of the Italian government to suspend mortgage payment for its quarantine people is a drastic step in the fight to reduce the coronavirus effects, but it is commensurate with the country plight. Thank you, madam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sharifni and I will going to present about the suggestion for Italy financial crisis. So the first one is Italy should stop using euro as their national currency because Italy needs their own currency for their country, because when Greece adapted the euro in 2001, up until now, Greece still does not eliminate what their financial crisis about. They then have found the solution for their financial crisis from 2001 up to current 2020. So they still cannot find a solution for their financial crisis. Great. And then the next one, Italy should introduce new fiscal and monetary policy, so such as reduce debt and collect tax, because Italian government are not efficient in collecting debt, because some of their taxpayer, they escape to their tax payment by they save their income from working illegally in building utilities, moving an apartment before a relative die, and hiding saving from the wealth tax in Swiss bank account. And the next one is Italy should impose more strategic international trade. So because Italy have famous automobile companies such as Lamborghini, Ferrari, Maserati. So this company should Italian should pay more attention to this company and do more trade for them internationally, because they could generate more revenue rather than somewhere else. somewhere else. So for the Islamic perspective of this issue, we can relate to Al-Quran, Surah Al-Isra, verse 71. In the verse, Allah mentioned, remember the day when we will call every people by their Imam. Then whoever is given his book in his right hand, they shall read their book, and they shall not be dealt with unjustly. So this verse, Allah said that on the day of resurrection, people will follow their Imam. Imam here is leader, and the verse, the Imam is guidance, is a messenger, as was the case with Abraham and Muhammad. So in this verse, actually, it means that people have their power to choose their Imam, and which they have to choose their leader correctly and wisely. And the next one is in Surah Al-Fusilat, verse 10. So Allah mentioned, and He placed on the earth firmly set mountain over its surface, and He blessed it and determined therein its creatures sustenance in 4 days without distinction for of those who ask. So this verse actually mentioned that Allah has given human with enough resources. So whoever that managed to make use the resources rightfully, sure the resources will be sufficient, and vice versa.